Hello, everyone. So I'm going to give you your um, another activity. So I gave you the video activity, and there are already students who have submitted their video output. And then I also gave you that activity wherein you are going to make a PowerPoint presentation out of a JSET article. Not just any article, a JSET article, a scientific article from the Journal of Science, Engineering, and Technology. And then the third output that I want you to give, that I want to give to you, is for you to look for a design, a brand design, or a product design, the design of any product you like out there in the market. Maybe you are a user of a certain product, of a certain shampoo, for example, or a certain food, or or a certain item, any item, and then present that present that item that you like, and then you explain the design in terms of the concept of contrast. Okay, so you look for a certain design, you explain it in terms of the concept of contrast, something that you like, and then you study the design, and then you explain it in terms of the concept of contrast. If there is no contrast in the design, then do not use that. Look for another design where there is good contrast. And you are going to paste the design on a Word file, and you're after the design, below the design, you're going to write something there, make a write up of why do you think does this design possess good contrast. So I'm going to give you an example. I just share my screen. So my last video was on the checklist before submitting your PowerPoint presentation, and I was caught there by the Google Meet. But a while when I was cut, I was already explaining the last part, which is for you to check whether your tables, charts, and figures are clear. So just evaluate your whole output based on these points here. And we have already discussed these points in my previous videos. So let's now go to our next activity. This is going to be fun. This will be fun for you because all you need to do is to think of an item you like or a product you like, and then to explain it in terms of the concept of contrast, or in the context of the design concept of contrast, in the context of the concept of contrast. Okay, so let's say you like Oreo. Okay, so you explain, why does this design possess good contrast? Why is there good contrast in this design? But don't use Oreo in your output, in the output you're going to submit to me, because I already used it here as our example. So let's say this is a food you like, or this is a product you like. I don't really buy Oreo that much, but if someone gives me Oreo, I will be happy, I will be thankful. So I will explain that if I was the student and if this is the output that I am going to submit to my instructor, I will say that this design has very good contrast because the background is blue and then the word Oreo is in white. There's good contrast between the dark background and the white font. That's it. That's how I am going to explain it. Now, let's move on to the next product. I am a user. Okay, this is a product that I use. Why is there good contrast in this design? I would say that There is good contrast in this design because look at the word Ariel. Okay, there it's all green here, okay, but the non-essential, the not so important information is right here within this green background. But the very important information is right here within the white background. The big word bearing the name of the brand Ariel is right there with a white background in order to draw the attention of the customer, in order for there to be no other competing elements there, no other competing words, no other competing objects, just the word Ariel. In order for that word to stand out, it is put against a white background. That's how I would explain this design. And the other information that are of secondary importance, they put it here below the word Ariel, the sunrise fresh, or up in the design. Kanang the words there, those are already of secondary importance, but the very important word, which is the brand name Ariel, is made to stand out by providing a white background behind the brand name. Okay, so my last example is something I wish I could eat for Christmas, but if I could not eat this for Christmas, it will still be very okay. My Christmas will still be very happy. So chocolate. Okay, why does this design possess good contrast? Why is there good contrast in this design? There is good contrast in this design again because the dairy milk there, which is the most important information here in this product, is set against a dark background. The in order for this dairy milk to stand out, it is set against, it is the color of the dairy milk is in white so that it can stand out against a dark background. And the not so important information like the fruit and nut, look at that, the contrast is low. Ideally, when you present a PowerPoint presentation, you should not have a red background and a blue font. That's not good contrast. But because that is not the most important information in that design, sa Cadbury Dairy Milk, it is left that way para additional information na lang na siya, but not the most important information. Because the most important information there is the dairy milk. This is dairy milk chocolate and the brand name, the Cadbury. Okay, so the Cadbury, if you noticed, although it is written in cursive, pinakanat, still it is made to have some degree of contrast, a good degree of contrast with the violet background because the font color is yellow. Okay, so that's how I would explain the contrast in this product. That there's good contrast because they uh, used a contrasting color between the most important information and the background. And for the not so important information, low contrast. There is low contrast for the not very important information, but the important information there has good contrast. So you do the same. You look for a product as well or an item out there that you like. You may not like it, you may not also buy it, but if the design is something that you can explain in terms of contrast, then why not? You paste it on a Word file or you take a picture of it and then you write a paragraph on why you think that product or that design has good contrast. And um, for this activity also, there should be no duplication. Do not copy the product of your classmate because there are a lot of products out there. There are a lot of items out there. You go to a store, you go to, okay, you go anywhere, go to a store, go to a sari-sari store, go to a grocery store, and then you look around you. Okay, what design here could I explain in terms of good contrast? Sige, ngadto sa tindahan, tanawa ang design sa ilang mga produkto, and then explain siya nganong maayo ang contrast ana nga design. So, dili pwede magkinupyahay, dili pwede nga magparehas og pro, dili pwede magparehas og product. So, this is your next activity. Thank you for listening, and I hope you will enjoy this activity, and I am hoping also that you will learn a lot from this activity when it comes to design. So, thank you for listening.